I swear I never thought a stupid swipe on a dating app would almost get me killed, but that's exactly what went down. And if my bestie Megan hadn't been blowing up my phone the whole time, I don't know if I'd even be here to tell it. She's the one who bullied me into making a profile. And after a week of back and forth with this dude named Tyler, a paramedic, 30, funny as hell in texts, always hitting me with that wide at 1 a.m., I finally agreed to grab coffee with him at this little cafe off the interstate. Even though something about the way he talked about blood in his paramedic stories felt kinda sus, like dude was way too into the details, but Megan was like, "Girl, quit being paranoid, share your location and go, it's just coffee, not marriage." So I pulled up, heart racing, ready to dip if he gave me bad vibes, but when I walked in, man, he looked damn near perfect. Dark jacket, nice smile, like the kind of guy your mom would actually approve of. And for the first half hour, he was killing it, making me laugh, asking about my family, even noticing the tiny scar on my wrist from when I was a kid, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe online dating isn't a total dumpster fire, but then he heads to the restroom and something slips out of his jacket, hits the floor with a little clink. So I bend down thinking it's his wallet or maybe keys, and my stomach just straight up drops. It's a freaking scalpel, sharp, shiny, wrapped in this rag with dark stains that did not look like ketchup, and I froze, hand shaking as I set it back down, praying he didn't notice I'd seen it. Sure enough, he comes back. Eyes flick straight to the table, and instead of explaining, this psycho grabs a fork and starts playing that knife game, 5-finger fillet, slamming it between his fingers faster and faster, blood starting to bead on his skin while he just stares at me with this creepy-ass grin. And in this low voice, he's like, "Does that scare you?" And I force out this awkward little laugh like, maybe a little. But inside my brain is screaming, "Get the hell out." So I fake a yawn and say I should bounce, and he's all like, "Let me walk you out," which is the last thing I wanted, but I couldn't exactly say no without setting him off. So I let him trail me to my car, heart slamming in my chest, and just as I'm about to open the door, dude snatches my wrist, leans in so close I can smell his coffee breath, and whispers, "You'll answer when I call, or they'll never find you." And I swear my whole body went ice cold, but somehow I yanked free, shoved him back, dove into my car, and peeled out of that lot like Fast and Furious. When I got home shaking, I blocked his number immediately. But when I checked the app, his whole profile was gone, like erased from existence, and here's the kicker. Every couple weeks since then, I still get random texts from unknown numbers, no words, no threats, just a single damn scalpel emoji, and I can't shake the feeling that Tyler never really disappeared. He's just waiting, watching, biding his time until I finally answer that call. You ever go to one of those work parties where everybody's fake laughing, pounding cheap drinks, and pretending they actually like their co-workers? Yeah, that was me, stuck at my office holiday party, already 2 tequila shots deep, just trying to survive, when I saw her, Vanessa, standing by the rooftop balcony like some mysterious movie character. Tall, gorgeous, long black hair catching in the wind. Not talking to anybody, not even pretending to vibe with the music, just sipping her drink and staring at the city lights like she was in her own world. I thought maybe she was someone's +1, but people were low-key avoiding her, like co-workers would glance at her and then look away real fast, which of course made me curious, so I grabbed 2 glasses of wine, walked over and said, "You look like you need rescuing from this clown show." And she cracked a smile, this soft little laugh that pulled me right in. And just like that, we clicked, trading sarcastic comments about the party, making fun of the bad playlist, me thinking finally someone normal to talk to, and before long we were out of there. Ubering back to my apartment, shoes off, wine bottle open, Spotify on low, the whole vibe chill. And for like an hour, everything felt perfect. Flirty banter, inside jokes already, me thinking maybe, just maybe, my luck with dating apps wasn't total trash. But then my phone buzzed. It was my sister calling, and I stepped into the kitchen laughing as I answered, whispering, "Yeah, I'll call you later. I'm hanging with a friend." And when I came back out, the energy in the room had flipped like a damn switch. Vanessa wasn't smiling anymore. She was gripping her glass so hard her knuckles were white, eyes locked on me like daggers, and in this low, icy tone she says, "A friend? That what I am to you? Just a friend?" And I froze, like, what? So I laughed it off, said, "Whoa, chill, I didn't mean it like that." But she wasn't hearing it. Her breathing got heavier, face twisted like she was holding something back, and then she says, "You men love to lie, just like him." And I'm like, "Him who?" And she leans forward with this creepy grin, whispering, "My ex, the one I put in the hospital. He lied too." My stomach straight up dropped. "What do you mean, put him in the hospital?" I asked, trying to keep my voice calm, and she tilted her head, eyes wide and unblinking, and said, "I burned his mouth shut. That's why they locked me up. But don't worry, I'm better now." My blood ran cold. Before I could even process, she lunged across the couch, nails digging into my wrist so deep blood started running down my hand. And she's laughing while I'm shouting, "Let go, you're crazy." But she's strong as hell, pinning me back as she grabs a knife straight off my counter, pressing the blade to my cheek so hard I felt the sting, whispering, "You don't get to throw me away." Not like he did. Panic mode hit, my heart pounding in my ears, and I did the only thing I could think of. I swung the wine bottle in my free hand, smashing it against her shoulder, glass shattering everywhere, and bolted for the door like my life depended on it, which it did. I ran barefoot down the hall, pounding on my neighbor's door until they opened up, let me in, and called the cops. But by the time we went back to my place, Vanessa was gone. Like vanished, no sign except the broken glass and drops of my blood on the carpet. Later, when I told my co-workers, they exchanged these looks and finally admitted they all knew her. They'd seen her around before, knew she'd been in psych facilities, but nobody said a damn word because, in their words, it wasn't our business. And now every couple of weeks I get block number texts, always late at night, always the same two words, "Miss me?" And I swear, sometimes when I check my phone, I feel like she's right outside watching, just waiting for me to open the door. Man, let me tell you about the last time I messed with a married dude. It damn near got me killed. So I meet this guy Marcus on Tinder, slick profile, dad bod but still sharp, rocking an expensive watch, dropping lines like he's got money to burn. And yeah, I knew he was married. I'm not proud, but I like the thrill, the danger, the bad decision energy. So I threw on my new red dress, the one that hugs in all the right places, tossed on a blonde wig just in case, and pulled up to this bougie steakhouse where he was already waiting, looking me up and down like he'd just won the lottery. And right off the bat, he's laying it on thick, compliments, champagne, appetizers that probably cost more than my rent. So I'm sitting there thinking, okay, this man is corny, but whatever, free dinner. Until I tease him like, "So does your wife know you're here?" And he chuckles nervously like, "God, no, if she ever caught me, she'd kill me." And I laugh, but in my head I'm like, damn, that's not a joke, is it? But the vibe stays flirty. I'm sipping champagne, twirling my hair, letting him think he's winning. when suddenly the whole restaurant goes dead quiet and this voice cuts through the air, sharp, furious, like it could shatter glass. "Marcus!" And my head whips around just in time to see this woman storming toward us, heels clicking like gunshots, hair wild, eyes blazing green fire. And before Marcus can even stutter, she's yanking the tablecloth off, plates crashing everywhere, glasses exploding, food flying, people screaming. And I'm frozen in my chair thinking, oh hell no, this is the wife. And Marcus is pale as a ghost, mumbling, "Babe, I can explain." But she's not listening. She's locked on me like I'm prey, spitting. "So this is the little witch you're wasting our money on?" And next thing I know, she snatches a dinner plate off the floor and cracks it right over Marcus's head, blood spraying down his forehead like a horror movie. And I jump up yelling, "The lady, chill! What the hell is wrong with you?" But she doesn't even blink. She comes for me, grabs my wrist with a grip like a damn vice, and I'm like, "Let me go!" Trying to rip free, but then BAM! She punches me square in the face, no hesitation, fist like a brick, my head spins, eyes water, I hit the floor seeing stars, and people around us are yelling for security, calling 911, but this psycho doesn't care. She drags me by my leg across the restaurant like I'm trash, straight into the kitchen where the staff has already bolted, slams the door shut, and suddenly it's just me and her, my back against the cold metal counter, hands shaking as she snarls, "You think it's funny destroying families? You think you can just take what's mine?" And I'm sobbing, begging, "Please, I swear I'll never see another married guy again. Just let me go." But her smile twists into something monstrous and she glances at the deep fryer bubbling behind me, oil popping and steaming, and my stomach drops because I know exactly what's about to happen. She lunges, both hands around my neck, shoving me closer to the fryer, hot grease snapping inches from my face, my skin already burning from the heat, and I'm screaming, clawing at her arms, kicking, trying to push back, but she's strong as hell. Her nails digging into my skin, her spit hitting my cheek as she growls, "Time for a new face, sweetheart." And I'm crying, choking out, "No, please don't." But she's laughing like it's the funniest thing she's ever heard, pushing harder. My nose almost touching the bubbling oil, steam blistering my skin. The smell of frying chicken hitting me like my own death preview, and my arms start giving out, my wig slipping sideways, my vision blurring, and just when I swear my face is about to dunk into that boiling hell, the kitchen door bursts open with a bang, cops rushing in, one of them yelling, "Get on the ground!" And then a gunshot cracks through the room, echoing in my skull. I black out right there on the floor, and when I wake up 2 days later in the hospital, I find out they shot her in the leg, hauled her off screaming, and she's now facing charges for attempted murder. Marcus is nowhere to be found, probably hiding under a rock. And me? I'm living with my sister now, paranoid as hell, can't even look at fried food without gagging, jump every time my phone rings, and every night I replay her words in my head, "Time for a new face." And I swear if I ever see her again, I know she won't stop until she finishes what she started.